Alright guys, check it out. This is gonna be a cool video. So I have a couple little notes here. Anyways, my video is in regards to the DFW Latin dance scene. Okay, so I'm out here in the patio. This is June 4th 2018. Alright, I'm getting ready to go to House of Blues later tonight on Monday. And after traveling this year to New York, LA, San Francisco, Miami, teaching a little bit, performing, training, hanging out, dance training. Yes, I still have to train every year and learn. I don't know everything. But hanging out with some of these people, teachers, performers, DJs, and some of the main people in the salsa community, and seeing where we're at in Dallas. I've come to a conclusion that we have become cliquish again. I've noticed this seems to happen every 5 years. So I believe that our scene has to be regulated, and there has to be an overhaul. A little history from my point of view, and this is not to offend anybody or anything. I'm actually going to shout out a lot of people as far as giving them kudos, like respect for things they've done. After 20 years of being here, I came from LA. I was a break dancer as a kid. I've been dancing for 20 years, over 20 years. And I remember every night there was at least usually 2 places that did well. Bachata obviously wasn't that popular. People dressed nice. There was the cover charge was more than what we have now, obviously. $10, $15, or whatnot. At the time, one of the places was for many years was let me see here. I wrote it down. In Deep Ellum, Monica's. I used to go there every Sunday. I remember I used to help Ramiro. We're talking about like 1999 with his classes. This place, people from all over the country knew about it. Live music, real classy restaurant. There was a cover charge, just quality. DJ Jesse was there, Latin Fire, the band, was there. And I remember even the New York Times was there. I even got interviewed by the New York Times in 2001. So this video is really just to address some of the issues, some of the solutions that I see from my, since I influence a lot, and I've changed a lot. My person, my image, and I want to continue to change and learn, and work, and continue to work, and give other people the opportunity to succeed. So like I said, that was one of the main spots. It was very unique, and it was one of the ideal places to have really truly represented. There was just so much good energy there. There was no social media at that time. No social media, just word of mouth, emails, etc. Not really much dance groups, one of the few New York teachers, New York style salsa or mambo teachers that we had was Augie from Sandunga, the studio, which is now Studio 2155. El Tren Latino, DJ Leo, kudos to that place. Lasted for many years. Strong representation of a lot of Colombians that we have here in Dallas. There's also Marilyn and Joe that used to teach New York style. So obviously it was a different time. Turn the page. And I just sat and reflected a little bit. I'm all about improving the city and making it not what I want, but a tradition. We should have every night. If you go to a big city like New York, Miami, things are popping on Monday, Tuesdays. Why? Because the dancers, the performers, promoters or whatever, they go out. They're usually not working. and we don't. I mean, we only have a House of Blues now, and that's part of the reason I'm doing it. This is a quality place. It's a quality venue. It's hard. I'm still a lot of politics I got to deal with there. A lot of things that people don't understand that don't do events, you know. But dancers aren't really coming. It's pretty sad. I mean, we're getting a decent crowd, but regardless of that, this video is not totally just to be about me and what I'm doing. But back to the history. So back in the early 2000s, we had groups like Salsa Passion with Joel and Jessica. Obviously, Joel went to New York. He's doing great over there. Jessica doesn't teach anymore. Luis Delgadillo got here, started helping the scene, doing events. You know, his dance crew. Great dancers at the time, Mambo Mata, Alex, you know, Sandy Roberto, one of the, you know, some of the greatest dancers we have here in Dallas, teachers as well. Jay started a lot of the influence with the Central Bachata. Let's see, we had Luis, you know, obviously Luis Delgadillo had his dance teams. Little Xavier, Luis was one of the main teachers at the time in Mid-Cities area. You know, we didn't have many teachers, and then we had Embargo out there. In the early, you know, mid-2000s, lasted for a while. I started doing socials mid-2000s, pretty late, you know, brought the LA style, the true LA style, the ballroom, tango, swing, you know, bridging the gap with the ballroom. People didn't really come out to the salsa events, or didn't really get along, should I say. You know, some of the early influences on good influences. Katie from Boston, you know, brought the good influence onto the Colombian salsa calena, you know, Cali rumba. You know, late 2000s, Salvador started, you know, after all his years of dancing, started teaching late 2000s. You know, another good influence, Kane as well, you know, out in Fort Worth, helped the scene out there. Some of the, then obviously Studio 22 came around. You know, they've helped out, you know, with the ballroom, a strong ballroom presence, and, you know, as well as all the other things that they do. DJ Evan G was one of the main DJs. You know, there's the Tijuanas on Sundays, DJ Barney, DJ Colombiano. We're talking about towards the late 2000s, you know, 2007, 2008, around there. The Salsa Congress started 2006, you know, Salsa Dallas. They were doing pretty good. They've dropped off a lot. We need to support them. Before Pura Salsa, there was the socials at Sandunga. You know, you're talking about early, like 2011, right around there. 2000, right around there, not knowing exact. With Augie, and he brought us all together. He was bringing people together, and you know, he always said, you know, I learned some cool stuff from him. He always said to make it my own, you know. And I always had a plan, you know. I always had great influences to create a business. Thank God it's successful. But one of the things that is very important is you got to remember who started these things, who's put in all the work. You know, a lot of history that I think a lot of the teachers are forgetting, or should I say, not necessarily the teachers, it's just we're forgetting our roots. You know, this is a dance that we're not supposed to be promoting sex. We're not supposed to be promoting vulgarity. We're supposed to be promoting our culture and how awesome the Latin culture is. You know, so many types of countries and food and et cetera, styles of dancing. But going back to some of the history, you know, we obviously want to thank Shannon for taking upon the socials after Augie left, and, you know, Pura Salsa, you know, is doing great and has for many years. You know, shout out to some other people that have come along the last few years, you know, like Amanda, one of my old partners, Amanda Brown, in Fort Worth. She's doing a great job over there. And you know, obviously Monica Flores, you know, she was dancing with me off and on for a couple of years, but she's been having babies, so that's kind of taking a different course. But anyways, Wander came, brought a good Dominican bachata influence, mambo influence. Johan's done great the last few years, with a lot of strong mambo influence. Alyssa Arturo with the central bachata. Um, you got Luis Loreto doing his thing. Bringing in some Zouk, Araceli with the kasumba and stuff, and Tamara her own fusion kind of style. It's very unique. The last few years, DJ AB, great DJ, versatile. Evolution. One of the first video DJs. Well, before that was Ivan G, the mix master, the only DJ I knew that could mix salsa that took on point to this day, like literally mix a salsa song into another salsa song, which is incredible talent. You got DJ Hector. Last few years that came back to Dallas, Carlitos. Can't forget Gio, dancer, been around for many years, man. At least 15, I think, that I know of. And his dance team, Jesus, DJ Jesus Mambin, DJ Icon bringing in the vinyl crew, and just what I like is we're educating more, we're more educated, but the problem is we have a bad reputation. For dancers, we have a bad reputation because what's happening again is people aren't supporting and spending money, buying food, buying drinks, and this just happened at Stratus. We almost lost a tradition of many years. So one of my goals was to create tradition and create quality venues for people and change things as far as the time, allow food late, some of those things. As you know, we tried a Latin Dance Alliance, some of you may know, and it was hard. We may try that again, I hope, to unite all the main leaders and work together. Not that we really don't, but I think, in my opinion, some young teachers shouldn't be teaching. And I believe there's too many venues. I believe that we should, like I'm going to name the venues, even though they're not my venues. I mean, look at, what is it? Los Lupes. I started Los Lupes in 2012, was there for a year and a half. Created the whole 3:30 in the morning tacos. It just didn't work. I left. I still go there. I still support. But the thing is, some venues are struggling. And that's not good. Some people are calling themselves professional teachers when they don't make a living off of it. They don't have websites. Where's the byproduct? Where's your students? Where are your accomplishments? What have you done? How are you influencing the city? Are you just trying to make money? What is your goal? Because there should be a goal, a vision in everything you're doing. My vision is to influence people in a positive way, through all the crazy life that I lived, to teach them culture. They might not have to believe in the same God that I do, but I can influence them in a positive way and unite. With all the drama and craziness in this world, an art of dance will never go away. Salsa brings everybody together from everything. It's not about on one, on two. Obviously, those are the two main styles. I teach on two, but I don't push it because I'll let others push it. My niche is LA style and ballroom. That's what I do, LA style salsa. And I teach everything, and I still continue to learn. I could dance kazuma, zouk, whatever, but I'll let others do their thing, And so, these are some of my concerns. I think that teachers should really continue to learn and have the knowledge, the training, the performance, and really tell their students, what is Puerto Rican salsa? What is salsa calena? What is Cuban salsa? The different styles of bachata, Dominican bachata, central bachata. Have byproducts. Where are your students at that you've created that dance at a advanced level? I remember when we had Sting for Thursdays were some of the best. Even Gloria's back in the day, which doesn't exist in Greenville anymore, but I remember, there was Sting, Red Room, and even when that didn't last, I was going to Lolitas with my students, supporting, spending money. That didn't last. I remember going to Alamir 2009, 2010, old location, supporting that. embargo in Fort Worth. It lasted for a long time. I mean, I used to go, and I still spend money. I mean, this last 2 weeks, I've gone to a lot of places. People are like, "What are you doing here?" On purpose, to try to set an example, to try to be positive. You know, I've gone to Stratos. You know, spent some money. Well, like two weeks ago, gone to the Buddha Fort Worth, Buddha here in Dallas. I went to Lava Cantina on a Sunday. I went to freaking Rio Bravo on the front. All these places, Don't Tell Super Club, you know, supporting Roberto, Jay, Colombiano, Luis Delgadillo, Shannon, Amanda, you name it. You know, people that in their own right, everybody has their own niche, you know. And what makes us great is we all have our own strengths, you know. Obviously I make a living doing this, you know, dancing, teaching, performing, hosting these events. You know, I'm not here to bash, anybody. But we also can't forget people like DJ Jose. I mean, this is a DJ that's been here, you know, for a long time, you know. And I know everybody sometimes has their rants, and everybody feels like, you know, everybody deserves something, you know. And you know, I think those that have put in the work and show consistency and show true unity by truly supporting events, truly go and spend money. We can complain all we want, but what is the solution? Go spend money. Go support other events. You know, don't just talk about what you're doing, you know. And I mean, we could bash teachers all they want, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the students are the byproduct, you know, and that's the truth. I mean, I recently caught some people filling water at Blue Mesa in the restroom, and I was like, "Damn, this is scandalous." Or trying to bring in water, or getting there before 10 and waiting all the way till 2 in the morning to eat for free. So how the heck are we? How are you contributing? I don't want those kind of people, because then they reproduce themselves. I want people that understand some of us make a living doing this, and we're doing it for you guys that have a hard week, that, you know, you look forward to going out, you know. And, you know, I know what it's like. I was there. I remember when I didn't know how to dance, you know, or, I mean, the little that I knew, you know, but I know the struggle. So, you know, what is the goal? The goal is to create, for me, like I said, a tradition, you know, and there's a big picture to all of this. Now, with that said, I'm almost done. I appreciate you guys taking the time. This is you know, this is some history right here. One of the things that I enjoy about Blue Mesa is that we've created a vibe. You know, every place has a vibe. Stratus has a vibe on Wednesdays. You know, Los Comales has a vibe on Sundays. You know, I love going there after class on Sundays and spending money, and that's cool. It's friendly. You know, and that's the thing is, but one of the things that I've done at Blue Mesa is I try to set a standard, and I literally have booked every top DJ, you know, every top dance group. You know, I'm open till 3. I have food. I feed you sober people up that drink or whatever, and I've even booked all the bands in Dallas. I booked every single band. So if I was to die, people say, "Man, David was this, and that." Whatever. You can say whatever you want, but you know what? At the end of the day, we can talk all we want, but it's the fruit in our life, right? So I have a lot to work with. I mean, what do we have right now? What do we have? The spots that we can truly say that are great. Wednesday, Stratus. Thursday, we can go to Alameda and Arlington. Thursdays, I have a social. I feed people. I have free alcohol. Only charge them $5. And guess what? Dancers aren't coming. This is the original place where all the socials started. Great dance floor. Switching out DJs. But you need to support your scene. This is your scene. This is your family. You know, all the DJs, all the, you know, people need to support. You don't just do your events. I mean, it's a perfect example. I'm gonna continue to show up at these places that aren't my events, and I'm gonna do it on purpose. You know, just to say, hey man, I'm here to support. You know, people see me there, be like, "Dang, you know, David's really on here." Yeah, you know, you got the socials on Saturdays once a month, Gozadera, you know, Alpha Midway. You got Central Social. You got what, Tuesdays? You go Don't Tell. You go to Las Palmas over there with Luis. Um, uh, I already said Friday socials, Mondays. I mean, come on, guys. Let's set a standard. I mean, let's not go through this rut. It seems like every 5 years, something happens here, and things die down. We shouldn't have the same faces at these events. You know, we've been going strong, and it seems like we've taken a little hit, especially with what happened here recently at Stratus. On Wednesdays. Thank God, it's still going, and we have that tradition. An awesome place to go to. Just remember when you didn't dance. Remember when you didn't dance and you wanted to dance so bad. For whatever reason, everybody dances for their own reason. I mean, look at Erica. Erica that trains with me. She's been training with me for 10 months. She's gone to every major city. I tell her, dance with the best dancers, the mambo dancers. And they're like, man, she's great. She dances on too good. People say, well, Dave, you teach on too? I say, yeah, of course I teach on too. I mean, but I don't push it. I mean, because that's not my thing, But I can do it. I can dance to the clave, whatever, dude, because I continue to learn Afro-Cuban, whatever. I don't know everything. But you know what? Like I said, I gave shots out to these people here. I'll truly say no style is greater than the other. Let's just be an example. Let's set the standard. I mean, look at Roberto Lay. I mean, he got a solid team. His bachata team, and me and him go way back. A lot of these people have done good. We all have our flaws. If I mentioned you, it's for a reason. Is there something that I see in you that makes you special to me in some way? And like I said, when you're young in this, you're probably trying to prove yourself. I mean, but we're truly trying to prove ourselves. I mean, we don't even have a contest like any major city. We don't have a dance contest. That's sad. We need a dance contest. We need the schools to start, thinking about like, hey, we don't have a dance contest. Work on your dancing, learn other styles, ballroom, ballet, jazz, etc. But moving on here, I don't wanna get off. I think I covered all my points. Yeah, I did. Let's see. Moving on. I've been going for 20 minutes. So, I already talked about the whole. One of the things is I don't like. Know your qualifications as a DJ. Continue to study. Don't just ask for more money because you're more popular now or whatever, or leave events early. Continue to study. I know sometimes a Blue Mesa, man, our speakers get blown, our equipment gets beat up because it's not their own equipment, and you know what, it's messed up. But I mean, there's a lot of things you guys don't see, that happen behind the scenes, and I don't, you don't see me on Facebook complaining about some place or whatever all the time. I've grown up and I'm changing. I'm just thankful that we got some solid people in town. I mean, we got to also represent, and educate people. Tell them what orishas are. Tell them, that there's santeria, there's Yoruba. We're promoting sex. Don't just teach dance. You teach history. Like, for some of these young teachers. I know some of the other people I mentioned. They know what's up because I know I've talked to them. But anyways, I personally don't get invited to a lot of these big events anymore because they don't want to pay anything, and they haven't invited me, hardly ever do, for years. I mean, everybody's in a different bracket, but it's not just only that. I haven't had the best quality partners, or should I say, we're in a certain demographic here in Dallas. We're not in LA, New York, but it's a little oversaturated. Too many events going on. Let's stop trying to be politically correct, and if you're going to complain about something, have a solution. If you're going to talk about unity, support events. People could fool beginners. You can fool beginners, but you're not going to fool people that have been around for a long time. Let's just influence people, man, in a positive way. Let's continue to keep I believe Dallas has some of the best dancers, some of the best teachers, some of the solid events in Texas. I mean, we get people from all over that come to Blue Mesa, Oklahoma, Louisiana, for 5 years. But we're a team there. They believe in me. They believe in the product. And obviously everybody has their own thing. I'm thankful for Jason Haynes that has a site, the DFW Latin Dancing, that has all these teachers, the events, etc. So with that said, I believe I'm done. So comment or share or whatever, and come out, guys, and support these events. Let's create some true, solid, tradition, and that's it, man. Tradition. Let's keep Dallas at the top. I mean, not that we're gonna try to be better than everybody else, but we got a few things coming up in the next couple months. Dallas Bachata Festival, Salsa Congress, etc., etc. All right, guys, y'all be blessed. God bless you, and we'll see you around town. Peace, guys. This is take 2. I forgot a few things. One of them is live Latin music in Dallas. Okay, this used to be the pulse, the core of a lot of the salsa nights, and unfortunately a lot of the bands are breaking up. And I know some of the dancers don't like them because they play covers, a lot of top 40, etc., etc. We want more of the old school mambo, etc. So I'm gonna name a few, give them credit. These are people that want to get connected or have in the past. One of them, Otro Calibre, plays Sundays at Lava Cantina. Good bunch of guys. And you got Arieto, a new collaboration of some veteran musicians, and led by Nelson, the singer, great singer. You have Latin Fire, of course, on Mondays at the House of Blues in Dallas, with Nestor and David Flores. They're the father band. They've been around for many years, well over 20 years. Great musicians, these guys. Then you have let's see, you have Rayolan. I'm looking at, make sure I get everybody's names right. Rayolan, he's a Sazona. I help them sometimes get gigs, and they're great. Raise a pseudo celebrity. He's had some hits in the past, and they'll be coming back from Florida in the summer. And just wanted to get you guys aware. Also, Fort Worth, there's a lot of good things people are doing. Forgot about the Fort Worth scene. You got Amanda Brown, Kane, been out there for some years doing things, classes, events. Obviously we appreciate not only them, but the people that are coming from Fort Worth to Dallas for events. We appreciate you. I know I used to teach out there. I still do. I only do private still at her studio, the studio in Hearst, Barbara's, for years. I don't really, I don't do group classes obviously anymore. But I remember starting one of the first after hours places, Relapse, for 6 months, and all the great people I met there in Hearst. I met so many people from out there that are still around. A lot of great people. Cool vibe. And then people that are coming up, new people. You have Anais and what is it? I hope I said your name right. And Julian. They got their Pura Vida, I guess, Arlington. Helping the community out there. You got young dancers coming up. You got Camilo and Cindy, the great dancers. Next generation. Delamar, new here in Dallas. Then you got veteran dancers that have been around. You have Cliff. Great dancers that have been around, don't necessarily teach. You got Abiel, you got Julia, you got let's see, who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Carla, she dances even in Sandy's group. Some of these people teach, but they're still, collaborating with other people. I like to see that. I remember doing the few shows we did. Sometimes with Roberto we collaborated, or a little bit Kali Rumba, even Salvador. In the past, whether they were corporate gigs. It's fun to work together, and hopefully we can again and collaborate and do some things for the professionals. Would be nice for the community, just some food for thought, just to show everybody something different. You know, because I know in LA they're doing that. They've been doing it actually lately. They've been collaborating all the old school teachers. The girls were doing shows. The guys, you know, Francisco Vasquez was, you know, organizing a lot of this. And you know, I talked to some of these people I train with. You know, Francisco Vasquez, I just started a little bit. You know, Liz Lira out there. You know, Anya Fuchs, she does ballroom off and on, a little bit connected, I guess, salsa still. And then you got Anya Katsavan in New York, started training with her, and just talking to them, seeing what they're doing. You know, Ali and Ramirez in Miami, you know, these are champions, you know, these are people that are, you know, that I look up to, that are obviously celebrities in their own right in the Latin dance community. You got Grizzly in LA, you know, just started training a little with him, and you know, and even John Navarro's in San Francisco, Salsa Mania, and seeing what the bigger picture is besides what we're doing. Obviously, we do a lot for our community. We have a lot of great festivals. We, you know, we help people a lot. You know, to lose weight, to get in touch with their culture, to get a social life, meet friends, new families. You know, some people meet their spouses, etc. So with that said, I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I'm excited to see what's going to happen just in our community. You know, I'm really excited. You know, feel free to stop by. You know, you guys know the things that I do, the socials, Thursdays at Studio 2122, 2155, I'm sorry. I guess I'm still half asleep. On Thursday nights, you know, and obviously everything else. I mean, I'm gonna promote everything else. You know, Blue Mesa, of course, you guys know Saturdays, House of Blues on Mondays. You got Stratos on Wednesdays. You got Beto and Son. I'm gonna hit that up actually today, Wednesday. I'm gonna go out there or wander early. You have, you know, you can go to, I guess, with Kane, Alamir on Thursdays. Fridays, Rio Bravo, the socials, Pura Salsa off and on, Colombiano social. Man does social sometimes on Fridays in Fort Worth. Sundays, Los Lupes with Alyssa Arturo, DJ Jose, Los Comales. Tuesdays, Don't Tell Super Club, Roberto Ley, Luis Delgadillo, Las Palmas Restaurant. I think I covered pretty much all of them that I would say are good for dancers to go to. And then others that I'm gonna go to, and then I'll eventually, you know, give you your props or whatnot. But guys, thank you for watching the video. Do share, like, whatever. Let's make this community grow, and let's keep working together and take it to the next level. We want people to come to Dallas and be like, wow, they work together so much. I look at these people in Miami, man, they do great things. They work together. In LA, I'm like, man, we could do that. We got the forces to do that. And I think it's time. Okay, whether it's on a smaller scale, whatever. You know, and I don't got a special block in this neighborhood. I mean, I'm just trying to contribute with the talents God has given me. There's awesome culture that we have in the music. And without further ado, that's it. Today, Wednesday, June 6th, 2018, out here in Carrollton, Texas. All right, guys. Take 3. Forgot a couple of people. Or to name some groups, I guess La Fuerza Dallas, Mr. Gio's group. Then we have, let's see, Jair, Alianza Rubera, another solid group. Represent Colombia. And then Lauren Marks, another great dancer here. So guys, you know, hope to see you around, and let's make it a great summer, one of the best, and let's continue to have our community grow for sure. All right, peace out. Take 3. Forgot a couple of people, or to name some groups, I guess La Fuerza Dallas, Mr. Gio's group. Then we have, let's see, Jair, Alianza Rubera, another solid group. Represent Colombia. And then Lauren Marks, another great dancer here. So guys, you know, hope to see you around, and let's make it a great summer, one of the best, and let's continue to have our community grow for sure. All right, peace out.